This is my PSA for COVID. And for me to start off, I just want to quickly say that um top three masks that I've seen that work well are an N95 mask, 3-layer surgical mask, and 2-layer cloth mask because people did like a test on it with certain people. So just to start off, the virus that causes COVID-19 is called SARS-CoV-2. The main targets are your lungs, and the thing that can happen are that like the pneumo pneumo pneumonia pneumonia. Damn, I can't say that for some reason. It increases spaces in your lungs and causes your capillaries to leak into your lungs, which is not good. And so yeah, not enough oxygen will happen and can't get rid of the CO2. And there'll be blood clots, and the percent of people to recover from COVID is 94%. The symptoms that are major are a fever, a cough, and breathlessness. The thing that can happen to patients seriously are needs of oxygen as the lungs fill with fluid and debris, most likely they have severe symptoms are adults, not young people. Other effects of COVID can have seizures, a coma, brain problems, strokes, the immune system overreacting, which causes clots that stop blood supply to parts of the brain, and brain inflammation. Yeah, sucks. Pretty bad. And if too many cytokines build up, they cause an overreaction that damages healthy cells. Yeah, there can be like lung damage, long-term breathing difficulties. There can be heart muscles affected, and experiences of neurological manifestations such as dizziness, nerve pain, and impaired consciousness. Sucks. Goblet cells and nose can easily be affected, and so can dilated cells. These cells produce and transport mucus. They have 2 receptor proteins COVID can attach to. And having a low fatality rate would actually stop some parts of the spread. Like it would help stop. And like once the having of the infection / virus, it can stay for a while or it to show. The longer infections, easier to spread. So it's not good to have it. So eat that out there as fast as you can. But you'd have to take the like a little. What's it called? Oh, vaccine. No, I'm done. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. Thinking about okay, this is where it gets important. An mRNA vaccine. It's a messenger carrying genetic message from DNA to protein. The mRNA vaccines contain mRNA strands that contain the info for making viral antigen. In the cell, does the virus follow the same process that the cell used to make their own proteins for a different process? It's the same process, so something back there. Where does the antigen go once it's made? It's displayed on the cell surface, membrane, where it's recognized by the immune system. What are 2 things that live vaccines may be contaminated with that mRNA vaccines aren't? live viruses, and allergens from agriculture. I don't know what about culture though, but yeah. Change the. Oh, what could you do with the mRNA sequence if the virus mutates? You can change the mRNA sequence to match the mutation, so nothing goes bad. Do RNA vaccines change your cell's DNA? This is important. They do not. This is because in order to do so, the mRNA must convert into DNA, enter the nucleus, and integrate into the cell's DNA. Does the mRNA stick around in the cell after the protein is made? It's degraded, so meaning that it won't be there for long. It won't be there for long. So how is what an mRNA saying? Wait. Oh, how is what an mRNA vaccine does similar to what a virus does? Basically, it just enters the cell and relieves its own DNA, so that's how they're similar. How is what an mRNA vaccine does different from what a virus does? The vaccine only has mRNA that has instructions to make the antigens that are found on the virus. It does not have the ability to make full viruses or to copy that mRNA to make more viruses. mRNA is special, one of a kind. The purpose of a vaccine and how it works is that a vaccine is an injection containing dead, weakened, or partial pathogens. Your immune system can recognize and respond to the antigens of a pathogen without the pathogen infecting your cells. It can remember how to respond in the future. That's important. It's like studying for a test and you know the answers for it. Why, which is also a good metaphor. Why is getting a vaccine most often safer than making antibodies from getting disease? This is something that's important. When the vaccine is injected in the body, the immune system will attack because the vaccine has a dead pathogen, so which means that the pathogen is a bad thing, so they would obviously attack. And when in contact, the immune system will defeat it, attack it basically, and forever know any other pathogen similar or is that pathogen / remind itself for when it's defended so that it has the same reaction time to go to the same pathogen so that, like I said, it's like studying for something and you know the answers to it. Something about herd immunity, it's important. When enough people in a community are vaccinated, the whole community, including the individuals that were not vaccinated, is protected against the disease. Herd immunity is possible because a pathogen cannot spread without a sufficient number of vulnerable hosts. Who might not be able to get vaccinated in a community? Old, young, and sick people might not be able to get vaccinated in the community. And maybe I can say a tiny bit more. People can pass along the virus before they feel unwell. So that's like basically you can pass over it without knowing it. That's something you really have to be careful of when being with others, especially outside. People with the disease don't show symptoms and won't know it. So if you're at the supermarket, any building, your friend, family member, you may never know. They might have been somewhere where someone had COVID and they didn't know it. Even a person who probably did have the virus, which sucks because you can't tell unless it starts happening. And basically, to sum it all up, these precautions should be taken into consideration and should be used in order to stop the spread. Always wear a mask. Always stay 6 feet apart. If not, just stay far away. Make sure you do a test in order to have people next to you, because you wouldn't want people to not be next to you because of all that's going on. And be safe out there.